Hello, world, and welcome to episode 6 of the Common Sense Man's news and talk show here on Tuesday, January 9th, 2018. This is where we'll be talking about news from various sources on the internet and discussing them in a common sense way, presenting them in a common sense way, and hopefully bringing people together in this country and around the world, really. And right now, we'd like you to send your questions or comments or subjects you'd like to discuss to KommonSenseMan@gmail.com. That's KommonSenseMan@gmail.com, and that is common with a K. All right, starting the news this morning, we'll go to CNN. I always start with the CNN site, and their big number one deal on their site is, quote, "It's a mess." And this is regards to the DACA negotiations that hit a snag ahead of the White House meeting. And if you don't know what that is, I'll try to sum it up in this one paragraph. Republican and Democrats involved in negotiations over the must-pass January spending deal say that DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, has become the key to unlocking any funding agreement, and some are frustrated with how negotiations are unfolding. Republicans charge that Democrats have all but halted talks on spending caps until there is a resolution on DACA, which gives undocumented immigrants who came to the country as children a chance to stay, work, and study in the U.S. without fear of deportation. I know immigration's a really big subject, but I just feel like let's not affect the children. The children don't have any say in this. I mean, they came over here with their parents. I think they should have a chance if you came over here as a kid, regardless of what else you think of other immigration laws. Anyways, that's all we'll discuss on that one. Going down on the to the right here on the CNN website, the big news around where I live in California, actually just an hour and a half, 2 hours down the road here on 101, is now, after all the big fires that happened recently, now we been getting rain, which is good, but now there's major mudslides. Highway 101, which is a big highway, is shut down. A couple deaths out there, so we'll be watching that. And what happens is all the the soot from all the fires is now just rushing down the hills. So that is definitely not good for us here, but we do need the water. Moving over to Fox News, their big front page thing is called, their quote is "leaking lovers" with a question mark, and what they are referring to is the Republicans are probing the FBI agents' text messages for evidence of leaks, and that is between the FBI agent PeterStrzok, I guess, and his girlfriend LisaPage, that are romantically involved, and they exchanged some anti-Trump views on their now public text. Shame on you guys, shouldn't be doing that. What else is happening on Fox News? That's about all I'm seeing that is looking like it's important. Nothing major. I thought there was something there, but there isn't. Okay, going to CNBC. Their big headline today is Jamie Dimon says he regrets calling Bitcoin a fraud and believes in the technology behind it, which is blockchain. That is the big thing. And if you don't know who Jamie Dimon is, if I'm pronouncing that name right, I don't know. He's the CEO of JP Morgan. So he regrets calling that, and he does say blockchain is real, and it is real. It's going to be involved in a lot of, almost every business coming up in the future will be dealt with blockchain. Look into that on how that works. We don't have time to go into that now because it is very complicated. A couple quotes, couple headlines from CNBC, interesting. One is, if Russia probe goes near Trump's finances, he's sunk, Fire and Fury author Michael Wolff says. Obviously, this has come from CNBC. Good news for China and Russia. North Korea says their weapons are only aimed at us, the U.S. Good news for you guys. Okay, moving on to sports news. If you did not watch that college football game last night, the championship, you missed out. It ended in amazing fashion in overtime when they brought in, for the second half, freshman from Hawaii, Tui Tagovailoa, I believe that's how you pronounce it, just threw a beautiful 40-yard pass to a streaking receiver, another freshman. I don't have his name right here in front of me, but wow, what a game! If you're an Alabama fan, obviously. If you're not, well, sorry, Georgia. I actually was rooting for Georgia. Don't tell the Alabama fans. But yeah, that's about it there. And then, a couple quotes with 6th title. Saban says, "Run to the end." Someday he'll probably retire eventually. Moving over to TMZ Entertainment News, and it's going to be about Alabama again. Drake and Quavo. I don't even know who Quavo is, but I know who Drake is. I guess they had a bet, and Alabama won, and so the deal from Drake to Quavo was "pay me, biatch." And it's funny they spell biatch like I do when I actually text some of my old homies from back in the day. So they must have had some big money on it, because there were stacks of hundreds going here, and he was very, very proud there, Mr. Drake. Other than that, not much going down in the TMZ news, except for Sean Smith and boyfriend BrandonFlynn go down under to get super high. I'm not sure what that's all about. I just assume not discuss that part of it, of the entertainment news. All right, moving to travel and leisure. A couple things on travel and leisure. Good news: JetBlue is having a sale with cheap flights to warm places starting at $49. I don't have those warm places here in front of me, but look it up if you're looking to go to maybe Caribbean or something. I'm sure JetBlue will get you there. They do fly to, I know they fly to Turks and Caicos because I've been there, and I know they fly there. Another interesting thing on travel and leisure, if you didn't know this, and if you're maybe going to a national park on Monday, Martin Luther King Day, every national park will be free on that day. That's great news. You'll save whatever it is. It's probably pretty expensive to go into those things. And also, they have a list here of the U.S. cities with the worst bed bug infestation, which is nasty. Number 8 is going to be New York City, and that's interesting. It's the second, and then number 1 is Baltimore, which is kind of weird. I've never been to Baltimore. I have been to New York once. Haven't had that problem. Going back just a bit, I did miss something here, and it had to do with the Alabama. There you go, the championship game. Trump stands for national anthem, which you should. I totally 100% believe in that. One Alabama player heard saying "fuck Trump," and that was they believe it was the running back Bo Scarborough said something like that during the national anthem. My take on the national anthem is, that's whether you're Republican, Democrat, Communist, whatever you are, a national anthem, that's the pride of this country, and it should not be dealt with like that. You should stand for it. And when I've been to 3 Olympics, a couple, World Cup, Euro Cup, big international sport events, I always stand up for every country's national anthem, because that's just showing respect for that country. And that is big with me. National anthem, just please don't mess with that. I just don't like that at all. And to end this note today, we're running probably a little longer than I have in the past, but we're going to go over some good things that happened in 2017. I know there's a bunch of bad things that we get in the news, but let's go over some good things that happened here. Number 1, scientists have found a way to successfully rebreed sections of the Great Barrier Reef. That's good news. Good news for that. What else is happening? Number 2, the snow leopard has been taken off the endangered species list. That's a good thing. Number 3, Amazon's new headquarters will include space to shelter 200 homeless people. Very good for Amazon. Number 4, HIV and AIDS is no longer the leading cause of death in Africa. That's amazing. Right on. Number 5, Argentina, a company makes shoes for recycled tires and employs women from rural areas. Number 6, conservationists agreed to plant 73 million trees over the next 6 years in the Amazon forest. Number 7, child labor rates have declined by half since 2017. Number 8, in Lexington, Kentucky, people who get parking tickets can pay them off by donating to local food bank. That's nice. I like that. Number 9, in 2017, after the first quarter of all home games, University of Iowa fans stand and wave to the kids in the children's hospitals. So there is good news. There is good news around the world. So let's keep that in mind. Let's be nice to people. That's what it's all about. And again, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. the Common Sense Man's news and talk show, and we could get this thing going. It's only going to get better. The show's only going to grow, and it'll only grow with your participation. So thank you, world. Have a great Tuesday.